Well, we continue our look at the final day of groups in the Link to the Past randomizer tournament with what should be a barn burner here. And there are three spots on the line here. Who gets first, who gets second, and whether or not there's going to be a tie break. We'll find out as we move along with this race. One thing we do know is for certain, I got the wrong mode set on here, so let's get that changed.
The deck was really stacked in favor of open hard. They had 4 cards that were open hard, but they ended up getting the 2 card standard boots. So let's see. We'll see what kind of item situation they get at the very beginning. But welcome everybody to main tournament 2023, final day of groups.
Yes,
Adirondack Rick and Power to Mario here.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to get to try to figure out what the uncle is going to give us for a opening weapon. And yeah, let's see what winds up happening here as we make our way through this afternoon. If Paraducks wins, they will move on to the brackets. If not, it is a race-off between Paraducks and T-Stew.
Yeah, unfortunately, Faker Jr. is 1-4 and cannot do anything to get into brackets, but could make some noise and force that tiebreak race.
Yes, it's what we call a spoiler here. So, of course, the question, why do we only have one bed? We'll answer that question eventually. And here we go, 5 rupees. So it's not going to be like a sword what we had in a race that I got to call yesterday. All right, what do you think Uncle's going to give us?
I'm hoping for a Cane of Burna. You know, I've seen so many swords, so many 10 bombs. I'd like to see a Burna.
I mean, bombs really just requires you to use your brain, and we get to see whether or not runners are ready to go. But instead, we get a bow start, so we get 30 arrows to go with that bow. Management is going to be very key.
I mean, I just sling them and let them go. That'll make the ball and chain guard much easier. You love a rod, you love a fire rod, you love a bow for that room.
I agree.
I do have one minor correction though. I noticed on Paradux's file select screen, Paraducks went with the name duck. I just want to let everyone know Squirtle's actually a turtle, not a duck, just in case there is any confusion there.
Ducks, turtles, they all go in the water.
They do.
Just a piece of heart here in the first chest. All right. I mean, there's really not much to talk about. This race does have a lot of tension given towards it because of the current standings in this group. Obviously, as we make our way through this afternoon, we'll figure this out. What kind of things are you looking forward to with regards to this race?
I had my mic muted the whole time, Rick.
Oh, I thought you were just ignoring me here.
Rick's just sitting there like, isn't this guy supposed to be in the booth with me? What am I looking forward to as far as this race is concerned? Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how many swords pre-Ganon's Tower we get, especially in the standard boots, because we could go a healthy amount of the seed without seeing a single one. I've had that problem before. Okay, we get 3 or 4 crystals in, swordless, and then finally get our first sword in Dark Death Mountain or Pod, and then have to play the rest of the seed wondering when is that Master Sword going to appear. I guess the other thing too is on a personal. Well, okay, never mind. We get our sword.
What are you about to say?
Oh well, I have to find something else to look forward to then. Like, where are we gonna find the moon pearl? Well, we already got the moon pearl. I don't know. On a personal note, though, Faker Jr. I was telling Rick this. Faker Jr. was in my mentee class this past year for a mentor tournament, and it's really cool to see a lot of the mentees at least notch a win or two at this stage. Pretty cool. Most of us are not advancing, but I know Bread Coon is advancing with a 6-0 record, which is really awesome.
Yeah, congratulations to Bread, who wound up clinching that 6-0 last night. Will be the bottom of the 6-0s, ranked number 8 in brackets now that we have kind of gotten things starting to settle in as far as the bracket placings are concerned. And I do believe, if I've looked at this correctly, 25 seedings are now locked in with the result that we just had a few minutes ago. You mentioned Faker getting a win, and that win was against T-Stew. So Faker definitely getting a win here in this tournament. It's good to see. As we get ourselves a map check, we do have a pennant over at Eastern. We have one of our 5-6 at the Tower of Hera, and Desert a regular crystal.
That checks out. Getting a bow early and then having a pendant Eastern. That only makes sense.
Oh,
look at that flute.
Easy travel coming up.
All right, so give us a mirror and a lamp, and let's go do Tower of Hera. I think that win against T-Stew was a MC boss. Really tough mode. So really well done getting a win there.
And, you know, both runners were hoping for a Mick Boss or an all dungeons, the Fad Keys, rather, to wrap things up for this group stage. Would have been rather fitting if Group AD turned out to be that, but I mean, there's still that potential of that tiebreak scenario.
Yeah, Paraducks, no stranger to Rando. Doing really well in this tournament so far.
And now he's got some flippers to go with the duck.
Yep, this duck's got flippers, only it's not a duck.
Minor details, and another sword. Why are we laughing?
I was looking forward to the sword hunt.
Are you starting to think that maybe this is starting to show teeth of being an Agaseed? I mean, we just saw 50 rupees in the tree, so it's not going to be to get that item, but Dark World access?
Oh no, this is a jet. This is a jet 100%. We're going
I mean, most standard boots turn out to be that way just because of the fact that you might start with one of your required items on the Uncle, as in this case we have the bow.
Yeah, I really would like to see Meyer be the first dungeon in this game.
The first clear dungeon?
Towards that. Oh yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it's not one you see very often done early. At the very least, we need a medallion for that, so that's out of the question until at least.
Well, yeah. And so one other thing to note here is Faker finally got rid of beeping strats. Faker had been going like for 4 minutes straight on beeping. Half a heart.
Oh, you do that to make the text boxes go resolve faster, right?
There's our hook shot. Are we going for the sub-hour seed here?
That'd be pretty sick.
I mean, we had one of our live qualifiers for standard boots turned out to be a sub-hour special.
We're looking at mountain intensifying. Got that flute, got the hook shot. We have a pearl.
We have a mirror.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Mountain looking better and better. Both runners remembering to activate flute. Well done.
Yeah, that's a really tough strategy sometimes when you get that flute early on. You just walk past that weather vane, and then you're like, a little bit later on, oh, right, I had this thing called the flute. Now, luckily, sometimes you'll remember before you leave the village. The worst case scenario is when you wind up leaving the village and having to go back just to activate that flute.
I have done that the past 2 seeds that I've run, where I've had the boots too. I think it's just the boots. You know, you want to go fast. You're moving through the seed quickly, and then you miss those little details. Like, oh, I have this item that I really could use after I'm done with race game.
Yes, indeed.
Nice 10 bomb pickup from the shop for Paraducks. It looks like Faker is not going to do the same. It's interesting. No bombs, but it is going to bring Faker back in line with Paraducks as far as time is concerned. But we'll see if that evens out, or if not having the bombs is going to hurt later. Both opting not to go for 300 rupees. Okay.
I think Paraducks was thinking against it at the very end there, but just opted to, okay, I'm going to get grabbed by the duck. I guess if I need those rupees, I know where they are.
Yeah, I mean, you have logical flippers. I don't think you skip that, but we'll see how this works.
All right, you remember how Faker had no bombs? Bailed out by the 3 bombs there to take him over to Mini Moldorm.
Never punished. Let's go, Faker.
I mean, Chad is rooting for Faker because that creates another race on our docket here, a tiebreaker race.
Paradox entering Mini Moldorm Cave with the sword beams. Going to make this trip a lot faster.
Yeah, as you can see, as we're having a little bit of issues trying to grab the hook shot, those hitboxes. Now, of course, we get that bottle. And really, that bottle was the only important item here.
What are we doing here? Oh, a mountain trip.
All right, Paradox is fluting to the mountain, and it looks like Faker's doing the same. I thought they were going to flute to 8, at least check that, but I guess they're going to wait until they get money for that. I mean, it's not like there's 300 rupees sitting on the race game ledge.
You know, it's not like we had the ability to get that easy cash.
Not easy enough, apparently.
No, I mean, you got to spend time to bonk the wall, and then you got to walk through the house, and then dash through the bushes. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
You can't get something for nothing.
Looks like Paraducks having a better. Ooh. That's a
you remember your Misery Mire idea?
I think it's got some teeth to it. I think we might be seeing that early Mire.
We're 2 gloves and a medallion away from it.
That lamp though could be. It still could be anywhere in Dark World. Oh,
it's in Mire.
Well, yeah, that would be outstanding if if the lamp ends up being in Mire.
How many times have you played a seed where a light source turns out to be in Misery Mire in one of the last locations? And we do have the new Mire. Green pendant is Turtle Rock, and the other pendant is Thieves Town. And I didn't get to see what the other.
Swamp. Yeah.
Okay, Swamp was the other 5-6 then.
Yep.
But instead, your first crystal is going to be the Tower of Hera. So at least the Power to Mario dream of Mire being the first crystal done is dead at this stage. And even if we don't get the big key, we're Hera potting.
Dream Shattered could still be the first logical dungeon that we can clear. We still do not have. Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm having a good time, predicting the wrong things right before they happen. It's been a great experience so far. No sword hunt. Nope, no sword hunt. Logical dungeon? Nope, it's logical.
How about you just already declared Ped dead?
Yeah, pedestal will not be required this seed. Remind me, 1 hour.
In just 1 hour? This race might be done in 1 hour.
I've not commed with you too much, Rick. I think this might be the first time we've done that together.
Yes.
So we have no history to draw on to say, yeah, all of the seeds we ever commentate over are pedestal or not.
I think I have about a 2% rate of pedestal seeds at this point.
Oh, yeah?
2%.
I like those odds.
Yeah, what, 50 to 1?
All right, nicely done. Triple spin from Paraducks to wrap up the
second item in the basement?
It appears to be. Not liking that Hera basement.
All right, bear with me for just a second. You'll be on your own.
No problem. Chat confirms that we did get 2 items. Thank you so much. In the middle of my lament. Skipped over those rupees. All right, we get our first look at Paradox. Paraducks Cave. Huh? Eh? Rick shouldn't leave me alone like this. Bad jokes ensue. Nothing in the upper cave. Now we get to go to
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so anyway, as we continue on our progress through this seed, Paradox Cave, anything good in here so far?
So far, nothing of note in Paraducks Cave.
So now we'll get something. Okay, well that is something.
Oh, shovel and glove. Yep, shovel leading to mitts. Sounds good to me.
How many times have that ever happened?
I don't know if I can remember a time that I personally run a seed where it's done that, but well, let's see.
All right, here we go through Spiral Cave. Around and around we go. What fun do we get?
My favorite check to skip.
And that's the reason why you skip it.
That's why.
It's not like I have an emote of that or something.
Yeah, if you read the seed, then it's easy to skip, you know.
Yeah, but if you don't skip it, it turns out to be the hook shot, and you hate your life choices. So, I mean, we had the hook shot in this case, but you know what I mean.
Looks like we're going on our fetch quest now. Paradox showing a sick kid.
Yay, unique item.
That might be the one arrow we need.
I mean, were you playing back when hints were a big thing?
I've literally started Rando in, I think, November of 2021.
Okay, so you were not around when hints were a big thing. So the single arrow is considered a unique item. So if you ever got the reading of a unique item is on left side swamp, and then you go to left side swamp to see that single arrow, you always hated your life choices at that point. Oh, look, we're getting money.
Hey, and we definitely, we might be seeing some divergence here. Yes, looks like we were going to get a shovel check.
We're going to get a shovel check in both directions.
Oh, they're
racing as a one comes from the left direction, one comes to the right direction. They both meet in the middle. Looks like Paradox will get there just slightly first. Who'll actually get to dig the spot up first? It's going to be both of them for sword.
Great. That's going to make Vitreous much easier to handle.
All right. Ice Rod Cave Hunt.
Okay, we're seeing a Gina on Faker's side. Ice Rod on Paraducks side. Man, those two had that sword surrounded.
Yeah, they did. They willed it into existence. Oh, hammer! Brave.
Okay, so we have Dark World, logical Dark World access. Sounds like our lamp's going to be in. Sounds like our lamp will be in Mire today. We just need the mitts out of Graveyard Ledge.
That's disgusting, and I like it.
Got to get value out of that mirror.
Well, Paradox is trying to see what value we have with our flippers at this point, while Faker is currently checking out to see what we have at Sahasrala's closet. 3 items inside.
Very curious decisions on both sides. These are quick packs.
Nothing, and still more nothing. A whole bunch of red, but not the reds we're looking for. Like the fire rod, the lamp, the mushroom, the cape.
Yeah, thinking a little bit more about what Faker Jr. is doing right now. Obviously, no hammer in hand. I don't know. Like, you have the mirror, you have your Dark World access. Green Pendant is Thieves Town. This might be a place I come back to with the Green Pendant and use that mirror so you can take care of both Pod and potentially Eastern at the same time.
All right, over here to Paraducks, what do we got inside of our hype cave? Well, that's really hype. That's super hype. That's mega hype. That's ultra hype. That is depressing.
Is that green? Is that Green Pendant TR? I actually don't see which one is green.
Green Pendant was Turtle Rock, I do believe.
Is it Turtle Rock? Okay. All right. So in that case,
no, our tracker at Kuhaish has it marked down as Thieves Town, so never mind. But Turtle Rock was a pendant.
Yeah, so if Thieves Town was Green Pendant, then yeah, I might make a different decision here. But we have this could pay out big for Faker, or it could be a time sink. Who knows?
At this point in time, if you're Faker, if you're cheering on for the race-off there between Paraducks and T-Stew, you're hoping that there's some sort of value in here, but not mega value. And what I mean by mega value is something like the mitt, because you know Paraducks would be forced into here at some point. But if it turns out to be something like the medallion, or maybe there's the medallion right there. If it turned out to be something like that, or the fire rod, that might be something that Paraducks takes a while to get to.
I do like this immediate dive into Swamp.
I do too, because we got the flippers. The flippers, I mean, we didn't check Waterfall Cave. We did not check Zora. So we don't know what the answer of those are. But you got the flippers early enough to the point that you really want to see what this leads to. The hammer was your last progression chain here. So I guess this is Paradox saying, okay, what does this next spear have?
Chat confirming TR is Green Pendant. So yeah, I'm okay with the not going to Thieves Town first in that case.
And Akuhai just switch things over. And so far, we've learned that the Armos Knights will have the third and final item.
That Bombos is nice.
It is.
That's a strong pickup from a pendant dungeon.
It really is. Especially if we don't find the fire rod, although Faker's trying to figure out where this mimic, or not the mimic, but the Igor is, does finally get that pulled up. That room can turn into hell real fast if you don't keep track of where the Igors are. And it's kind of hard to do so when you're in a dark room. Obviously, you saw what Faker did by first hitting it with the arrow, so that when the arrow starts to move, you know that the Igor is in motion.
Yeah, that might have been a good room to maybe use that Bombos medallion on if you don't have good setups. Clear out most of the enemies there.
Yeah. What is it? The Popos they're called? I think that's what they're called. Those ones are what really can make things wretched. And once the Igors get moving on green mail, you're losing a heart. I mean, we got blue mail; it's a half a heart, but still.
Yeah, we got 2 exciting checks coming up. We have Armos Knights boss, and we have right side of left side swamp.
Oh,
Medallion, 2 of them! Oh man.
Okay, well, that could be important. Stay tuned, friends.
Dang.
Arda Mario, you got really excited with that one.
we've got a crystal on Meyer. Don't have 2 crystals, but pretty decent odds. About a 66% chance we see one of those medallions show. That would be really bad if Armos Knight's Ether Medallion ends up being
We'll find out soon enough.
Because I'm not sure how Paraducks decides, Paraducks will probably, I would imagine, do Pyramid Fairy into Pod next. Because now you have
I know what happened. I know what happened. Faker's trying to set up the Houlihan strat here. Did he forget that there's a 300 at race game that he could very well use?
Yeah, I don't know if you skip it with his faster Houlihan or do that and flute from either one.
He was in the area when he was trekking in Sick Kid.
Yeah, so I didn't like the skip to begin with, so it just feels bad.
And we're just going to leave those 2 nickels on the floor, never to pick them up ever again. All right, Faker Jr. up against, or not Faker Jr., Paraducks up against the Argus fight.
We're going to see a pair of spins from Paraducks to finish off Argus. Nicely done. That's crystal number 2. Okay. Can't imagine Faker at this point is going to skip Zora Corner. That is going to be the difference here, right? We saw Ice Rod check, Hammer, maybe. I don't know. Pick up Hammer. We'll see what goes on in Faker's mind after seeing that item.
If he flutes back to 8, he will be checking Zora. If he goes to 4 or 3, it is to get Dark World access.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him if he goes to Swamp. I mean, I think that's a fine play.
So there's the Hammer. Faker's probably... I mean, Faker's not feeling too bad because you pulled 2 medallions out of that Pendant Eastern. That's something a Paradox might not do.
Yeah, here we go. Swamp Palace.
Silver arrows!
Oh, Stumpy. Where did you get those?
I know chat's talking about diving Pendant Eastern was probably not the best play to make, but it was the play that actually worked out for Faker in a sense. And oh yeah, that's right. We have our 5-6 now.
Yep, I think this is definitely a pyramid pod.
Pyramid pod.
Is that what Faker's doing with the hook shot to those chests? Is that really saving any time? Or is it just flourish?
Might be frames if it's any sort of time savings. This is where somebody like Structural Mike or somebody like that would be easily able to give us side-by-side comparisons on the frame savings of those moves. Just a piece of heart over there on the pyramid ledge inside. Let's see what we have.
Oh, man.
A pair of 20s.
I love how we both said we called that something different.
Yes, we did.
20s, something red, the double reds.
The way you sliced it, it was a paranada.
A paranada for Paraducks.
I wasn't even thinking that.
I couldn't get through it.
Okay, so this is going to be the catfish and Azor check for Paraducks. Answering chat, yes, Sahara is indeed in Logic. The big key was in the lobby, and we did have legal access to the mountain.
Yep, we made sure to get our permits. Oh, how strange. Okay.
Just bombs, fire rod.
Well. Hello, Hera Basement. Wish we could have visited you.
There is an item in there, right?
Yeah, I didn't like the. That was two things. Two things I didn't like. I didn't like the Zora skip with the flippers in the first place, but
I see a Slim Kirby calling you out there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not pain.
It lives in that space where it's not painful, but you're kind of on the verge cringe, right? You're all like you can feel it about to happen. Some people might actually say it's full cringe. I don't know what Slim would think, but
let me just put it this way: I've survived eudaimonistic's puns before. I can survive almost anything.
You are tested in the battlefield of commentary.
Yes. I mean, when you've done this for 5 years in this tournament now, you got to get used to almost any single scenario that's going to arise. Almost. There's still situations that do surprise me. Okay, so I think in about 6 minutes from now, we're going to have a very important juncture of this race. Because you see where Paraducks is heading.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because it's a crystal, you're going to do Palace of Darkness first.
Yes. Yes. Well, it would be pretty bad to. What would be the worst thing in there? Mitts would be pretty bad. With no, we have a pendency R.
Well, the big thing with the mitts is that it would give you a lot more things to do, and that might be enough to convince Paraducks just to stay out of Eastern Palace.
Could lead you to Ice Palace because of that fire rod placement.
Ice Palace. I mean, we still got Skull Woods to finish up.
Yep, Skull Woods too. That's right.
Neither of these runners have touched Vu. But we start off with a key. It looks like Faker's going to be doing the same Pyramid Fairy play. So far, Faker's big advantage is that those two medallions, which were both in Eastern Palace. Half magic. That's the first of the 5 items here in this Palace of Darkness.
Nice D-boost bomb sprint for Faker there. Playing the rope ahead of him. All right, let's see what that bow we got at the very start of the game gives us here.
I mean, that bow we got at the very beginning of this game did lead us to that ether, so we do know it leads to something. We don't know if it's required at this point.
More bees. Let's go. Double B. Nope, it's not going to release it. Oh, nice Samaria dash. Gotta learn that. It's so cool.
Yeah, that extension climb. That is one of those things that I've been seeing a lot of people pull in this tournament, and that is something that I need to do. So Faker, yep.
Oh, the mitts.
Yep, there they are. So that does include a lot of things that Paraducks can do.
Yeah, that's... We don't know what the medallion for Myri is yet, so it's not a certainty that it's bad, but it's pretty decent odds it's bad.
Nice little fetch quest there in the King's Tomb.
I love a good fetch quest. We'll see if Faker decides to turn that in, or... We have a Samaria block, so we could do a fake powder.
I mean, with the route that you're taking at this stage, you might as well just wait until the next time you're going to flute away from an area.
Yeah.
Piece of heart at the top of the maze.
Yeah. Because of that, it may be a while before we see Faker actually go to the store corner. I don't know the tendencies of these runners. I'm not sure if Faker is the one that says, you know what, if I don't have to go there, if I do not have to go to the store, then I will not. We may actually see that, though. We may see like a potion shop into that corner, which would be very...
There's our fourth sword.
Jeez, man. Well, rip sword hunts in general.
Well, I mean... The sword, it was easy mode. We gave him tempered sword relatively easy. Now Silver's is with Paraducks.
This is great for Faker.
Yeah, oh, right, yeah. Catfish into Zora. Yep, this is where we're going to do it.
Oh, wow. Faker just showing off with that rock throw.
So I don't think Paraducks meant to throw that block. That was a quick swap whoops.
More bees.
Both fairies are absolutely not helping our runners one bit. They're both going to Link saying, "What do you want me to do? I'm giving you all the best equipment in this game. I've got the gold sword in your arsenal before you even step foot in GT, plus the silvers. What more do you want from me?"
Yeah, that potion shop merchant monopolized all the goo in the world. Come on, ducks. There you go. Turtle room done. The turtle beat the turtles.
I mean, I liked Paradux's odds in that anyways. All right. If we flute to 5, we're going into pod.
Here we go.
Fluting to 5. There we go. All right. Now, here we go. This is where we get to our juncture. In about 30 seconds from now, this race could make a big difference. That's our face. Now I'm a believer. Good one.
I think the next line is not a trace of Buzz in my mind.
Oh, God.
In my ears.
All right, I'm out of here.
Oh, and Paradox is going to mirror and lead.
Yeah, there's the flute. All right, let's go to 6. Let's go to 6 and see what we need. Nope, we're going to go into Ice Palace. We're going to delay the drama.
So, pretty likely we will see from Faker first what we need.
Because that medallion is really what's keeping us out of go mode.
Yep.
That's it.
That checks out. Yeah, we're mitts and now medallion from go.
Yeah, so if I'm Faker, I would check 6 immediately after I'm done with this to see if I'm in go mode.
Yeah, see, So jet seat, huh?
42-minute go mode. Asterisk.
Faker may not get the silvers.
Yeah, Faker will probably not get the silvers. We'll get the gold sword here. I guess the next big question is where is the lamp? But lamp could be anywhere. Where were those myths in the turtle room, right?
Turtle room, that's right.
The compass chest. So they could be anywhere. They could be in Meyer, could be in Meyer's shed, could be here in Ice Palace.
Oh, man, I wonder if Faker goes immediately, like, leaves behind all these other checks and goes immediately to boss. You have
there it is.
Sword.
We found our lamp.
Wow.
Nice extension there by Faker Jr. So to explain to our viewers right now, the Ether was on the Armos Knights. The Bombos was in the Compass chest, I believe it is. Yeah, the Compass chest of... Yeah, the Compass chest of...
Eastern Palace.
Eastern.
Yep. 2 medallions in Pendant Eastern. Eastern Skippers in shambles.
Faker did it, trying to find Dark World progression. Didn't find a hammer, but found 2 major components of this go. Paraducks has found all 3 items inside of this Ice Palace.
Okay. Faker will wrap up the pod checks then. That might be a point where I just go leave. Be bold and go do pod boss and get out of here.
Well, we still need the big key. Big key's down here in the bottom of the maze.
Ah, yeah, fair point. Fair point. This is one of my favorite dark rooms in the whole game. I always feel like careful.
Yeah, let's be extremely careful. Got rid of the Dodongo or whatever they're called down here. Faker looking, and this will be the gold sword, which is going to be good, at least from a combative standpoint.
I respect the check. I mean, you don't have silvers or the gold sword. Might as well.
It's one of those, you're here, you might as well get it.
Okay. We might see Paradox taking care of Cold Stare. Maybe we see Medallion check finally.
I bet Paraducks now. Do you go into 6 or do you go to 3 and do Skull Woods?
Yeah, how are you going to spend the time, right? I mean, you don't have a medallion.
Including to 6. Here we go.
Okay.
This is important. If it's Bombos or Ether, we are in no mode until Faker checks the medallion.
Oh, it's Ether!
On the Armos Knights, so therefore, big dive of Eastern for Faker. Tisu's watching this, probably going, yes! Yes!
Oh, no.
Because a re-establishing of the stakes in here. This means nothing to Faker except for a good way to close out the tournament. Paraducks with a win here clinches a bracket spot. If Paraducks loses, Tistu and Paraducks have to race off at a 3-3 tiebreaker.
Yeah, both of these players are solid in the end game, so this is hurtling very quickly towards a tiebreak race, unless Paraducks gets in the brain, hey, you know, that lamp, maybe I should go check out Eastern. Probably not happening, though.
Got to still be careful, though, for Faker. He's not through this pod yet, and he's got to still go through those that second Beetle Room. If I'm Faker, okay, he's going to use the blue potion. What I would have done is just go out with the Cane of Burna here. You don't need magic for Helmassar.
Right, I think in either case, doing it there, you avoid any potential, button, you know, it's not likely to happen, but you could have a button press mess up or something and end up making a mistake. So having that health there is nice at least.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a freeze over here on Faker's side. So during this intermittent freeze, if we could switch on over to Paradux's stream or the audio. Nope, never mind.
Okay, good. Okay, I think Faker's good. I would have been gutted if something happened to Faker's game. That would
always remember to local record. I will say that as an admin every single time.
Also, get a battery backup and power surge protector for your computer and your monitors, so that way you can keep racing. It's a little extra, but it can help.
Faker flutes to 2, gonna replace the potion.
Wow, this is crazy.
Does Faker go to 6 to see if he's in go mode?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
he's going to 6. This is going to be go mode confirmation here for Faker. Paraducks has the dungeon advantage of Ice Palace, but needs to get back into Eastern, and with those mitts, have a whole lot more things to do. And there it is, 44 minutes and 23 seconds. Faker Jr., the first of these 2 runners into go mode.
Yep, get your big key in Mire. You get to go mode Ice Palace. You get to go mode Skull Woods. You get to go mode Desert Palace right here after you're done. We could. I think it's going to be probably just over an hour.
Yeah, I don't think we're. I mean, you need GT to work out perfectly to get a sub hour at this point.
Yep, you don't need a tile room seed for that.
But we still have, what is it, 4 dungeons to do here for Faker, so. All right. Crystal grab there for Paraducks. Obviously, needing the Ether, you are locked out, but I bet Paraducks goes to Skullwoods next, and then over to Vu. Well, he's going to still check checkerboard here.
Yeah. So Dark Death Mountain looms.
And
pretty
there's
bad to see Turtle Rock access on the way there for Paradox. Like imagine a Quake Turtle Rock with a Quake in the Hookshot Cave would slow him down even more.
A little bit of a freeze right there on Paradox's side, but he's going up the mountain. Okay, he's going to check to see what we have over here on EDM, or East DDM, if you will. And chat bringing up the whole idea about why Faker was checking Eastern. At that point, he did not have the hammer, and it came down to just a few spots. And Ice Rod Cave was a loose square. We got that flute, so he fluted away from Mini Moldworm Cave. And it just took him a while. He went into Eastern, and it was that move that just turned out to pay dirt.
I see through smalls. I missed the spike key. Guessing that was a small key, so we have a
oh no
logical big key here.
Oh. Now you've got to hope that East or Turtle Rock is not Quake to get inside. Because if that is pretty much. Sorry, Paraducks, you're in a race off this upcoming week.
Okay,
and a fetch quest to boot.
Yes, we love a fetch quest. We love a good fetch quest. In this case, it's a bad fetch quest, so we don't love it.
I mean, there's a lot of things to do over there in Vu.
Mirror shields.
All right, okay. Let's hope that this is either Bombos or Ether. Bombos or Ether. It's Ether. We're locked out. That's good news.
Yeah, that'll help Paradox quite a bit. It'll funnel go mode into Eastern.
Oh dear. Oh dear, we just mirrored.
Oh, probably some quick swap shenanigans.
At this point, I would have just taken an intentional death, just get my health back.
For sure.
Got a couple of hearts on the floor here, at least.
Oh, yep. I feel that, Faker. Those hook shot turns they can be quite annoying. Paraducks going to King's Tomb. And we'll presumably flute over to VOO.
No, I think he'll flute over to Potion Shop first.
Yes. Forgot that mushroom was there.
So we'll flute to 2, turn that in, find out that it's nothing, and then flute to Vu.
Find out there's nothing there either.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Faker's not in a horrible spot, but still needs something. I mean, Paraducks needs to get into Eastern, and I don't see Paraducks getting into Eastern for a bit. Faker having an issue here getting this under the door.
Yeah, this one's it's a tough trick, but yes, there you go. Yes, good movement there. Due to not having done Ice Palace yet.
And I think just to answer a thing in chat here is that you just got your lamp. I think that's maybe your thought process is that you're still your biggest item that you just picked up spear wise was Titan's Band. We've been seeing Paraducks do a lot of things in regards to spears, and I think that's the reason why Paraducks chose to go back up the mountain first, was to see if the Titan's Mint leads to that versus anything else. Now, good news, Faker is through the dark rooms. Bad news, 1.5 hearts.
Ooh. Oh, good.
This is you go Burna and you dash through the eyes.
Yep, for sure. Activate it now. Good. I will say this is what stresses me out more than main tournament potential elimination match.
Mm-hmm.
Is 1.5 heart Vidi.
I mean, a lot of your Dark World bosses with 1.5 hearts is dangerous.
I mean, that's true. I will say though, not all of them have the ability to stare at you like Vidi can. Having all those eyes on you while you're doing the boss.
You're right. It's all those eyeballs just looking you right in the face, about ready to just do their damage to you.
Vitreous judging me. Why are you not doing sword dash? Why are you throwing bombs at me?
Mm-hmm. And chat bringing up the fact that Faker probably will get the lamp after doing all of these dark rooms. I mean, it'll be good for Silverless Ganon, maybe? I mean, we have half magic. It's not going to be that major of a concern, but it is going to be definitely funny that you get through the tough dark rooms and then all of a sudden, hey, here's your lamp.
Yeah, I just can't imagine Faker's going to fluff to get that. Although, when you do Icebreaker, the check is right there, so...
I mean,
maybe
it's Silver's.
Yeah, maybe it's Silver's, right? We know Silver's is on Stumpy, but yes, to the runner.
In Faker's eye, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, downed 6 crystals for Paraducks. But now there's a lot of pendants that Paraducks can do.
This feels so
There's
bad.
2 of them. He needs to do one of them, but he's going to choose the wrong one. And we all can understand where Paraducks is right at this very moment, why he's going to go into the wrong one.
I feel so bad for Paradox because this is you're at 52 minutes. You have 1 crystal remaining, and you're like, man, I'm running this really well. This is a great time.
Mm-hmm. And now you're down to that 1 item for go mode. And it's the worst feeling ever when it takes you from probably the second to last item for go mode to the last item for go mode. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Where is this thing? Anger intensifies.
Yeah, in fairness to Faker, too. Faker's showing off some good tech. Good movement.
Yeah.
Lots of bonks, though, but overall, still running well.
He had issues with the Mired Dark, unfortunately, but, it's not an easy dark room. It's one of the tougher ones. I think second to the Agate Tower dark maze.
Yeah, and I don't think Faker actually ever went into Skullwoods or VOO yet.
Yeah, he's going to just do Skullwoods when he goes up that way. But next for him, probably Ice Palace just to get that one done. Either way, you have to mirror to do your after you're done with your last dungeon. And he's going to choose to do Ice next.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Either one's fine. You're floating to it. You gotta do the same movement, no matter what. Did Faker just flute? Is that what I heard? No, not in Para. Anyway, for everybody joining later on the seed, hello. Welcome to this broadcast of Main Tournament 2023 with myself, Power to Mario, and Adirondack Rick, one of our admins for the tournament.
Yeah, I've been feverishly looking over the brackets, trying to solidify things as we made our way through this afternoon. Oh my goodness, the places are starting to solidify in this bracket. This here could solidify a place or create a tiebreaker. Right now, odds are likely we are seeing a tiebreaker situation. Faker having a little bit of an issue here with the icebreaker. There we go. Not even getting it, so we're not going to get the lamp at all.
Great.
And just as a reminder, Paraducks losing this race is not an elimination.
Right.
Paraducks and T-Stew would have to go against each other in a one race takes all tiebreaker, where it's going to be based on the current deck for the two runners on what mode they get to play in that race. It would be the second tiebreaker needed here in this main tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to roll that deck and see what the likelihood of a mode is. It's got Parrot.
And while you do that, we've got Faker currently frozen just for a moment here. Bear with us for just a second. Paraducks doing some digging.
Yeah, so in a hypothetical, if they're going to run the deck system, which I assume they will.
It will be a deck. It will be the current deck between those two.
Got it. So hypothetically, we're saying Tournament Hard. 3 cards of Tournament Hard, 0 Standard Boots, 2 Ambrosia, 2 Fad Keys, and 1 McBoss. So looking at Tournament Hard, but actually even more likely it's one of Fad Keys or Ambrosia. So we may see a novel mode here. I'd like to see a Fad Keys, honestly, between those two.
So Faker's going back through this dungeon again.
Oh, that was. I wonder if it was another quick swap mirror.
Or did he not lay down the block and then find out that the big key turned out to be in a nasty location like the iced tea? I don't know. He's still not checking chests.
Yeah, I didn't catch if Faker also did not hit the switch. You also need, yeah, okay, so you had a small key, so you didn't need to get a small key there. Yeah.
And as we pointed out here in regards to Paraducks decisions here are making sense based on where he is. It's just we know that unless he goes back into Eastern, he's drawing dead.
Yep. But the thing is, every one of these mistakes that Faker makes is...
It's giving Paraducks time back.
Yep. Plus having silver arrows, that's going to be... Oh gosh, what was that? A half a minute to a minute save on Ganon, plus some of the rooms in GT. Faker needs solid execution from this point forward.
And Faker Jr., of course, getting the namesake there would be, of course, Name Faker, if you remember that name from past tournaments. That's really close, but we're going to get it down. There we go.
Okay. Nice pin. Okay. Skullwoods remains.
And we welcome in our audience that was coming in from the Mr. Ed versus FaZe match over there on the ALTTP randomizer. Welcome in everybody coming on in. So over here on the left, Faker Jr. is currently on his final tournament match, has been eliminated from bracket contention. Paraducks on the right could clinch with a win. If Paraducks loses, T-Stew and Paraducks are tied at 3-3, where a tiebreaker race will be required for the two. At this point, Faker's in go mode. Paraducks is looking for Ether. Ether, Power to Mario, is where?
Yeah, so Faker made a really early dive to Eastern, got Bombos in the compass chest, and got a Dark Room Ether medallion at the boss on Armos Nights. So that early decision by Faker Jr. Has put him very far ahead, but we're seeing some gap close. Okay.
This might be too little too late still, but at least Paraducks is going to get that Ether off the Armos Knights.
Yeah, this is big for Paraducks. Faker needs solid execution the rest of this run.
Yeah. And
there's probably about what would you say, 3 minutes?
3 minutes
difference before we get to see Ether?
3 minutes to go through Eastern. Then Paraducks still needs to go through Mire.
Oh, Mire. Yep. That's the one dungeon. So we're probably, I don't know, 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more towards the 5.5 at this point.
What happened with that Mr. Ed phase? Because I know that was pretty consequential.
Well, we're actually not going to go ahead and talk about that one over here in case people want to watch that video back. But it was a very important race between those two to determine some bracket seedings as well.
Yeah, so don't answer my question. You want to check it out, go watch the VOD over at LTTP Randomizer. Good call, thanks.
So yeah, as our tracker at Kuhaish is pointing out, we are going to get the fake out medallion first, which is going to be the Bombos. Nice kill there for Faker with the dash poke. Okay. All right, with that is crystal number 7 for Faker. We're going to be heading to GT. Power to Mario, go ahead.
So everybody, we did this thing here where we try to guess where that Ganon's Tower big key is. There are 22 checks before the climb. If you think you know where it's going to be, I've already read the seed, so I already know where it is, but if you think you know where it is, feel free to guess.
Okay, mister, I read the seed. Where is it going to be?
Well, you might be surprised at this, but it's going to be in the bottom right chest of Rando Room.
Bottom right chest of Rando Room. So you're putting it out there right now that it's going to be the bottom right chest of Rando Room. What will you do if you're wrong?
Admit that I was wrong and just continue commentating, probably. But I read the seed already, so it's good. But Rick, if you think your prognostication powers are better than mine, where do you think it will be?
We may never find out because of these freezes. What I was going to say is hope right, but fine, game, be that way.
Oh, we may get item checks here in Super Bunny, but we will never know, so.
Well, we know it's not going to be the silvers.
We know it's the ice rod in there. Man, just imagine pulling that ice rod and being, whoa, click W? Really? Ice rod? Right next to the dungeon where I would need it?
All right, well, there we go, friends. I think we're a little bit silent around here. Until Faker unfreezes, let's switch over to Paradux's audio.
Paraducks finally getting funneled back to Ether, which is on Armos Nights. Need that to finish off Misery Mire. All other things the same. This is still very much Faker Jr.'s game.
There we go. Oh, I was wrong.
Okay.
And there's our boots. Always nice when the boots turn out to be on the torch like that. And And we know it's the boots because it's the green 20.
I think the big key in Meyer was in cutscene, so we're probably looking at a 3.5 minute Misery Mire.
Small key. More money we don't necessarily need. Another small key and another small key. 3 keys over here.
Might be less time than that, actually. So I'm thinking NMG split, but dungeon time might be a little less than that.
Part of Mario, we are now just 4 checks away from you being right.
Oh, I'm excited.
Because you're going to make me eat crow for doubting you.
Yeah, it's definitely not in Fire Snake Room. It's definitely in Rando Room.
And definitely bottom right, specifically.
Specifically bottom right. It's my favorite spot, actually. I don't really have a reason for that being my favorite spot, but...
That's not the right answer there. So we continue with our guessing game. Yep. So that's chest number 9.
It's a nice arrow fill up, though, right before needing to go to the gauntlet. Potentially even Armos Knights.
Yeah, especially for Faker, who does not have the silvers. So arrows there, more fill up. Nope. And you... Yeah, this is not where you mirror, Faker.
Yeah, I was wrong, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Breaking news here on this Sunday afternoon. First of all, happy Mother's Day. If you are watching this on YouTube in the post, be sure to call your mom and say hi. If you're watching this live, happy Mother's Day.
We're on TV. Somebody's TV. You know, shout outs to everybody that's watching this Twitch stream on your smart TV. Or if you got your computer hooked up to your monitor.
Someday I'll learn how to do that finagled stuff. All right, ice arrows down for Faker. Here we go. No.
Hey.
Yes. And no.
Here we go.
So that would be chest number 16. So if you pick number 16, congratulations. You win. Well, I don't know what you win. I do see a few 16s in here. Evil J. Brian said 16. I also see Judgmental Fluff says 16 as well. Dirac said 16 also. Got a few 16s in here in chat, so congratulations to you on getting this correct. You win, well, the leftovers from my Mother's Day bubble bath basket, which is just a little piece of shreddings that go on in the basket.
Nice dash there from Faker Jr. Good to see some GT execution.
Somebody talking about the infinite supply. We don't give those away anymore. Our lawyers said to discontinue that.
Yeah, there's nothing's forever. No.
Ouch. Faker does have, I believe, a blue potion in the pocket. I think he probably wanted that heart. We know what Faker really wants, but he's not getting it.
Nice beam dodge there.
Yeah, that was really sweet. Those things do 1 heart of damage, and they don't care what mail ammo you're wearing.
Nice 1 cycle ammo too. That's great.
Yeah, a mixture of that sword swing on a golden sword and the fire rod. So we now go upstairs. So if this result does stick, that means Faker will be leaving this tournament with a 2-4 record. Not bad for I believe this is his first time in the main tournament.
Or at least at this stage. I'm not sure if Faker Jr. participated in. I could actually check that, see if Faker was in qualifiers last year. But if memory serves, I think Faker just got into Rando after that point, after I had started.
You said he was in the Go Mode.
Was in
Mentor.
Yeah, that's right. I was also in that, but I also participated. My first, actually, randomizer group race was an open weekly, and then I immediately followed that up with 13 main tournament races.
After the Go Mode Podcast tournament, this would be the 4th tournament that Faker Jr. has participated in that we know of. The first 3 were some of those mini tournaments that the German community put on.
Yeah, we had quite a few Zeruvian. We had, trying to remember all the other ones, Deep Fried, 87.
Yeah, there was a bunch of Gold Mode Podcast Mentor Tournament class of 2022s that made their way into the field here of the 128, and some of them who didn't make it to the main tournament here, the upper stage here, they've been kicking butt over there in the Challenge Cup.
Yep, I think one of them, our tracker for today, Aku. Shout outs to Aku, I think went 6-0 in Challenge Cup group stage.
And that's not an easy feat, although there's a bunch of people over there that have accomplished that feat. I hear 9 of them so far, maybe 10 at this point, but at least 9 have, which is a wonderful feat. Aga 2 down for Faker Jr. as we get ready to whistle our way to face off against Ganon.
Yeah, we mentioned Brett earlier, also 6-0. Yeah. All right, Faker. Let's see your Ganon.
Show us your moves.
Okay,
or just freeze.
Let's not see your Ganon. Got it. Gotta keep those strategies tight-lipped for 80 keys, right?
He is in the 80 keys tournament, right?
I think so. Let's check.
There we go. Nice hook shot maneuvering. Beautiful. Stomaching a fire bat, which is not good, but at least it's a little more safer when you have blue mail as opposed to green mail.
I think Faker and Paraducks are both. No, Paraducks is not. Faker is, though. Faker just had an unfortunate loss to Radical Sniper, to Jesse.
Unfortunate loss. Radical Sniper is pretty good. I mean, he's going to be, at this point, the top 5-1 second place runner. Second place runner, period, at 5-1 into the brackets.
Yeah, imagine going 5-1 and being second in your... Dang.
Imagine being 5-1 and guaranteed the number 33 seed.
Feels bad, man.
Either that or feels amazing, man. Just got to keep yourself calm if you're Faker. Missed time on the fire rod. You got to really stay calm. I mean, we're obviously not at danger point as far as this race is concerned, but as far as you know, Paraducks could be right behind you. And there it is.
Faker Jr.
All right. There's going to be more tournament play in Group AD. Faker Jr. has forced a tiebreaker race.
Everyone get your GGs for Faker Jr., who finishes with an official time of 121.10? No, that was Paraducks. 112.45.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty solid time right there. So sometime this week, Paraducks and T-Stew will have to face off in our one race off here in Group AD to figure out who is going to go as the second runner in this group.
Yeah, that Eastern Palace dive early. Very key. Huge.
Yeah, that was really what was the big game-changing play. The fact that Faker Jr. almost more or less located the hammer than what Paraducks did. That hammer opened up a lot of the world, and it's understandable why Paraducks did not want to step foot into Eastern. The worst case scenario for Paraducks came true when the mids turned out to be in pod, because that just opened up more of the world. There was more things for Paraducks to do that Eastern was not a viable play. Shoutouts to Mario Galaxy, such great music.
The best. This one's the I believe the Galaxy 1 and 2.
Yeah, this
medley.
is the 1 and 2 pack.
I think Faker was rocking the Mega Man X 1, 2, and 3 mix.
So this result will solidify Rotsiv as the winner of Group AD as well.
Yeah, right. Paraducks 1 would have actually been the number 1 out of AD, but instead faces T-Stew. I'm not sure when that race would be. Is there if there's a time limit? Hey, you have to do that race.
They got to get it in by the end of or by Saturday.
So they have roughly a week to figure it out. Presumably, Group AD's final tiebreak race will be an AD seed, but
I mean, that would be very fitting.
It would be poetry. It does look like no, Paraducks is going to wrap this up. Thought Paraducks was going to stop for a second there.
Yeah, he is finishing this race. All right, Faker will not be joining us for a post-race interview, so get your GGs in the chat once again for Faker Jr.
And with that, I guess we will go ahead and watch the rest of Paraducks' GT climb. I will note that Faker Jr.'s comment afterwards was lucky routing, bad execution, and I feel that. Like, Eastern Palaces, Penn and Easterns are pretty big out early on, especially with double medallions. And yeah, you could tell maybe some execution sloppiness in places, but overall, Faker Jr. putting up a 112 on a standard boots is very good.
Yeah, Faker Jr.'s routing was pretty solid. Obviously, as you pointed out, there was a few rough spots on the execution front, but, yeah. I like Faker Jr.'s ability, if he's able to work out some of those kinks, to really make a big rise up the standing, I guess is what I mean to say. Rise up the standings. When we get to league, perhaps watch out for this kid.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a seesaw throughout the scene. You have mistaken mirror. You don't like to mirror in the middle of a dungeon when you're trying to get to the back. But then also, good GT climb, especially that Lambo 2. Yeah, no reason to look at these checks, right? Just keep going.
Yep. You've got the full equipment. You've got no reason. I know people like to call it the fluff here, but there's really no reason to open up this Moldorm 2 chest at this point. The only reason I could think of at this point is if you did not have the powder. Well, never mind, he will open it up. I was going to say is if you're hoping to maybe get yourself a little bit of a health refill. Now, Paraducks is finishing out this seed, but knows of the fate of this race. So what you're seeing, the pauses are just to reply in the race room.
It is looking at Paraducks in his prior races in this group. It looks like a win against Ratsiv and Standard Boots, a win against Faker Jr. and MC Boss, and a win against T-Stew. Also MC Boss. So 2 MC Boss wins and a Standard Boots win. Seems like MC Boss is the one Paraducks would want based on that, but those, I think that the T-Stew one was a 142 and the Paraducks one was a 132. Those are good times.
And you have mentioned what the deck's going to be looking like for the tiebreaker race.
Yeah, so that deck for the tiebreak, it's leaning heavy into tournament hard, 3 cards, but also we have 2 cards Ambrosia, 2 cards Fad Keys, and 1 card MC Boss. Not very likely that MC Boss shows up, but it's still an option. But there's probably a tournament hard. Yeah, there's still a chance. Yep, I've definitely have seen at least one matchup that I noticed where it was, I think it was 1 card Ambrosia versus like 4 cards on another mode and 2 cards in other modes.
It still showed up.
And Ambrosia, yeah, of course. So why not? So Paraducks with the silver arrows gets the benefit of having a faster phase 4.
Wasn't this music crafted by the London Symphony?
I don't know that information, to be honest.
I think it was. I think they're the ones who were commissioned when they were creating the soundtrack for Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2. Splendid job.
Yeah, brilliant. Definitely my favorite Mario 3 platformers. Oh, robbed of the double.
Yeah, should have had that, really. There's the final hit. Being corrected here or answered in chat is the London Philharmonic.
Paraducks GG's in chat. Yeah, well done, Paraducks. You still are not eliminated from the tournament. You have still, but T-Stew also
not
has
eliminated.
A chance to make it. And that's Paraducks finishing with a time of 1:21:10 officially. And I think Paraducks will be joining us shortly here. Well, welcome, Paraducks.
Hello. GG's. That was a good time for Clean Their Seed, but it was a situation where the first to go to EP wins.
I think you're right, and yeah, Faker Jr. That was a big junction for you going into Pod, having not done Eastern, Faker having done an Eastern dip right away, presumably to get some rupees for that potential Zora clear, and then getting the hammer. I'm like, well, guess I don't have to do that. So, yeah, it looks like you will have a tiebreak race against T-Stew, still in the thick of trying to qualify for brackets, so not out. I kind of wanted to ask, so when you went to Pod,
yes,
I don't disagree with leaving Eastern behind, but what kind of was your mindset when you had the opportunity, of course, to mirror and go check those checks and just opting not to?
Well, Eastern is fast to go back. I had a lot of checks left in the world. The seed was open, so...
Yeah, the fact that you wound up getting the mids and Pod was probably the worst thing possible because it gave you too much to do. I guess my question then turns into, if you didn't get the mids in Pod, would you have done Eastern?
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Because it was between Eastern and Thieves Town. I was directly at near Eastern, so I would have done Eastern.
Yeah, that Mitz was an unfortunate spot for sure. Logical too. Like, no, you didn't need lamp or fire rod. It was right there.
Yeah, nice lamp location, by the way.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I kind of knew the lamp was behind the myths. With where the myths were, I had a feeling they were behind myths. That's kind of reason why I didn't go to Eastern too, because of the lamp logic.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You made one good play as far as staying out of Thieves Town. So when it came to the decision between Thieves Town and Eastern later on in the seed, what had you choosing Eastern?
It was just a coin flip.
Okay.
I checked the front of Thieves Town, did all my overall checks, and then decided to go to Eastern because it's a Sphere 0. Those are early checks. I just went there too late.
Mm-hmm. The moves that you made totally make sense. Getting the hammer when you did deprioritizes Eastern by far. Getting the mitts when you did deprioritizes Eastern. This is a race that you just chalk up to luck wasn't on your side for this race. And luckily for you, it's a situation where you could not be eliminated, but it now does force you into a tie-breaking race against Tistu.
Yep, another great player, so it's gonna be I need luck on my side
So
for this match.
Going into this race, of the 5 modes, what mode are you hoping to draw in your tiebreaker against Tistu? If you have not heard the rules in regards to the tiebreaker race, if we're using your current decks, it's not a 4-4-4-4-4 deck. It's a completely whatever your deck is at this time.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a fat keys, but I think it's gonna be an open. I know our Ambrosia and McBoss are all gone, so
looks like there still is a McBoss in the deck if you two faced off.
There's still one. Okay.
Yep.
Standard Boots was out, you said, right?
Standard Boots is out, yes. According to that deck generator that
All right, but I'm kind of hoping for a fat keys. That's my most preferred mode.
Well, good luck getting it. We'll see what winds up happening. So just talk with T-Stu, get your race up on the schedule sometime between now and Saturday, and best luck to you in the tiebreaker.
Thank you.
Yeah, just more evidence of the nature of this seed, that 37 CR difference between the two runners. It'll definitely add some time for sure. But thanks so much, Paraducks, for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for commentating, and thanks for every stream, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for a crazy, wild race, and best of luck to you and T-Stu in the upcoming tiebreaker.
Thank you.
Alrighty, friends. GG's to both of our runners, Faker Jr. and Paraducks. And with that, we are going to be taking a little bit of a break here from racing. The next race is coming up here at 3:10 Eastern, which will feature 2C and Cool Papa Bell. For both of those runners, there's nothing on the line as far as that race is concerned, but it will be the last of Group F. 4:10, though, Dapper Wormman versus Incoherent, which is going to be right here on this channel. Let me just set up this race, because Incoherent lost to Bread last night. If Dapper Wormman wins that race, there is a 3-way race-off at 2 and 4 to fill one spot in the brackets.
Man, that's crazy. That's a race to watch.
It is going to be a wild race. 62 of 64 spots of the brackets have been filled. 63 will come by way of this tiebreaker. It will be 64, find out, at 4:10 p.m. Eastern, 10:10 p.m. Central European Time, or 1:10 if you're over in the Pacific Time Zone. Lana Bean, Rod J. Beasley will be on the call for that race. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of here. Aku Heinz, thank you very much for joining us and tracking this race for us. Power to Mario, it's been fun.
Been a pleasure, Rick. And again, congrats to Faker for 2 wins in Maine. Well done. Paraducks and T-Stew. Hope we get a good race out of you. A friendly mode, non-medallion hunt maybe. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of group stage wraps up.
All right, more races coming up here a little bit later on. Thank you all for joining us. We'll talk to you later on here as we get ourselves ready for brackets. I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you for joining us here on the Link to the Past Randomizer 2023 main tournament.
See ya.